In the previous chapter, we discussed how undesirable or dysfunctional patterns of thinking can be replaced by new ones, by samskaras that are healthy and beneficial. In the previous lesson, we performed an exercise in which lingering feelings of hurt and resentment are replaced by cultivating forgiveness. In this lesson, we'll apply these same principles to the cultivation of compassion, developing love, care, and empathy for others. Many people consider the current Dalai Lama to be one of the most compassionate people alive today. But the Dalai Lama wasn't born with all that compassion. He was born in a Tibetan village as an ordinary boy. After that boy was identified as the reincarnation of the prior Dalai Lama, he was rigorously trained in the teachings and practices of Tibetan Buddhism. That training included certain meditations for cultivating compassion. He practiced those meditations from childhood onwards, and as a result, he developed tremendous love, care, and empathy for all living beings. The traditions of yoga and Vedanta prescribe a similar meditation practice, a technique known as Maitri Upasana, literally, meditation on empathy or compassion. There are many ways to perform this meditation, but we'll use a form that's based on a special mantra. Lokas, people, samastas, all of them. Bhavantu, may they be, sukhino, happy, content, experiencing peace and harmony in life. This mantra from the Vedic scriptures is a prayer for the well-being of all people. As we discussed before, mantras can evoke emotions more powerfully when they're recited with a melody. So I'll chant this mantra with a suitable tune while you chant silently. In between periods of chanting, I'll lead you through a process of contemplation to help cultivate compassion. For this exercise, it's best if you sit in a place that's suitable for meditation. You can listen to this exercise using a laptop computer, a tablet, or a mobile device like your phone. This exercise is also available as a podcast or download from our website using the links in the video description below. I hope you are now seated comfortably in a suitable place. This exercise will take 10 to 15 minutes. First, sit with a proper posture, as we discussed before. Close your eyes gently and take a deep breath to get settled down. Now, make a sankalpa to affirm your intention and commitment to meditate. Acknowledge the fact that you have many unfulfilled responsibilities and issues that need to be addressed. Since you don't want to be distracted by those things during this meditation, you can give yourself permission to set all those concerns aside, just for the next 10 minutes or so. Next, we'll perform the progressive relaxation exercise, like in previous lessons. Start by turning your attention to your feet. Become aware of sensations there. Notice a sense of pressure as your feet press down. Notice the touch of your clothing and feelings of warmth or coolness. Now, become aware of any tension that might be held in the muscles of your feet, and let go of that tension. Allow those muscles to relax completely. Next, turn your attention to your ankles and calves. Notice sensations of pressure, the touch of your clothing, warmth, or coolness. Become aware of any tension held in the muscles of your ankles and calves, and let go of that tension completely. Next, turn to your knees and thighs. Notice the weight of your hands or arms where they rest. Notice any other sensations. Become aware of any tension held in your knees and thighs, and let go of that tension completely. Next, turn to the trunk of your body. Feel the weight of your body pressing down. Feel the firmness of the seat beneath you. Let go of any tension. Next, turn to your lower back and stomach together. Become aware of sensations and let go of any tension. Now, turn to your upper back and chest. Become aware of sensations and let go of any tension. Now, your shoulders, arms, and hands. Become aware of sensations and let go of any tension. Finally, your neck, face, the muscles around your eyes, at your temples, and across your forehead. Let go of any tension. Now, we'll chant the mantra, Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. May all people be happy. Chant silently as you listen to me. Concentrate on the mantra's meaning and allow your heart to be filled with a tender feeling of love and warmth towards all. Loka samastas sukhino bhavantu. Loka samastas sukhino bhavantu. Loka samastas sukhino bhavantu. Loka samastas sukhino bhavantu. Now, reflect on members of your family. Picture each of them in your mind. See their faces looking at you. Allow your heart to be filled with tenderness and love for them. Then, consider some of the many troubles they've suffered in life. Illness, misfortunes, tragedies. Reflect on the pain, grief, and anguish they've experienced over the years. Finally, pray for them that they should never suffer again. They should experience only peace, happiness, and contentment in life. Loka samastas sukhino bhavantu. Loka samastas sukhino bhavantu. Loka samastas sukhino bhavantu. Loka samastas sukhino bhavantu. Now, instead of your family, reflect on your close friends and relatives. Picture each of them in your mind. See their faces looking at you. Allow your heart to be filled with tenderness and love for them. Then, consider some of the many troubles they've suffered in life: illness, misfortunes, tragedies. Reflect on the pain, grief, and anguish they've experienced over the years. Finally, pray for them that they should never suffer again. They should experience only peace, happiness, and contentment in life. Loka samastas sukhino bhavantu. Loka samastas sukhino bhavantu. Loka samastas sukhino bhavantu. Loka samastas sukhino bhavantu. Now, reflect on people who live in places where they've been dreadfully affected by war and violence, or by natural disasters like floods, earthquakes, or famine. Imagine the thousands and millions of people suffering terribly in those situations. Then, imagine a little girl caught up in one of those situations and desperately afflicted. Try to visualize her surroundings. Consider how her life and well-being is threatened, and all the fear and misery she must somehow endure. Reflect on her suffering and the suffering of so many others in that place. Finally, pray for all of them that they should never suffer again. They should experience only peace, happiness, and contentment in life. Loka samastas sukhino bhavantu. Loka samastas sukhino bhavantu. Loka samastas sukhino bhavantu. Loka samastas sukhino bhavantu. In the last part of this exercise, consider someone you know quite well, but happen to dislike for some reason. Picture the person in your mind as vividly as possible. Then, try to imagine what kinds of illness, misfortune, and tragedy the person has suffered in life. Try to visualize a person in a state of great pain, grief, or anguish. Reflect on how badly that person has suffered over the years. Finally, pray that the person should never suffer again, but should experience only peace, happiness, and contentment in life. Loka samastas Sukhino bhavantu loka samastas Sukhino bhavantu loka samastas Sukhino bhavantu loka samastas Sukhino bhavantu. Now, as we conclude this exercise, just listen to these closing remarks. You can practice this technique whenever you want, listening to this exercise again or without it. If you practice it independently, you can replace the Sanskrit mantra with an affirmation in English, like, "May all people be happy, peaceful, and content," and recite it silently. In the next lesson, we'll discuss the use of meditation to cope with loss.